This is Zachary, and today we're going to explore how to use a very popular web app to provide students gamified assessment experience. This is Quizizz. In this video, we're going to explore that how can we create an account on Quizizz, how can we create a quiz or a lesson, and how can we customize features when we deliver the quiz or lesson to students, and how can I access the report after students complete the quiz or lesson. And let's get started. So first, we're gonna see how can we create an Quizizz account. So simply we can just type quizizz.com and click the sign up button here, and you can choose continue with Google or continue with Microsoft if you have accounts with them. And I'm just gonna choose sign up with email, and I'm gonna use my email here. And I have to click have agree and agree to the terms, conditions, and previous policy. And we're gonna use Quizizz at a school, and we are teachers, and we choose our titles, and I'm gonna see Zach, last name that, and I'm gonna make up a password. And now I have a Quizizz account. And then we're gonna talk about how can we create a quiz on Quizizz. So I'm just gonna use my own account, like a previous account I created, and to simply click create and new quiz. And so we can name the quiz. I want to have a quiz on differentiation, on derivatives in calculus 12. So I'm just going to name my quiz as derivatives. And then we can choose relevant subjects for our quiz. For me, that's mathematics. And then I'm just going to click next. So on the right side, we can further edit the profile of our quiz, and we can choose a profile picture or title image. You can take an image from Google Safe Search, or you can upload your own image here. So I'm just gonna take one from Google Safe Search. I'm gonna search just derivatives. Let's see what we can get. So maybe I'm just gonna take this one. And then you can select languages. They have different language options. For example, if you're doing French immersion, you can choose French with French here. But I'm just gonna take English, and you can select the grades. So for me, that's grade 12 to university. And you can choose who can see this quiz. If you choose public, other people can access your quiz, and they can edit, customize your quiz for their own teaching, their own lessons. If you choose private, the quiz is gonna be only private to you, only visible to you. And I'm just gonna choose public, and just click save. And on the top, you can see that teleport from Quizizz library. That's a very nice feature because sometimes you just don't have the time to create a quiz from scratch. So we can just search, for example, my topic is derivative, and I'm gonna click search, and they are and you can further filter it by grade. Maybe I'm gonna choose grade 12, and subject mathematics. The number of questions doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna choose 1 to 10, and seems there's nothing here. It'll take some time to load, or maybe 10 to 11. No. Okay. So on the top, there's a very nice feature the Quizizz provides us. That's teleport from the Quizizz library, because sometimes we just don't have the time to create a quiz from very scratch. And so for me, my topic is derivative, so I can just type derivative here. And I'm gonna click search, and there's a filter available. I'm just gonna choose grade 12 for my grade, subject mathematics, and languages English. And here are the available quizzes in the Quizizz library. And for example, I click this one, and several questions I can choose to import to my own quiz. So for example, I can choose add questions. So I can just add this multiple choice to my own quiz. And now I want to show you how to create a now I want to show how to create a question if you want to create a question by yourself. And I'm going to click question. So here we can see that the multiple type of questions, it can be multiple choice, can be poll, can be fill in the blank, can be open-ended, can be draw, and you can also add slide. The slide function is very useful when like, for example, you are running a review session and you give a question, and student respond to the question, and then after that, it can be a slideshow to show them, here are some knowledge. So now I'm gonna show how to create a question. We just simply click new question. So now we're gonna show how to create a question if you want to create your own question, right? And we just simply click new question, and you can see the different types of questions: multiple choice, poll, fill in the blank, open-ended, draw, and slide. And slide is very useful. For example, if you want to run a review session and after student respond the which part of topical knowledge this question is based on, and or you want to just simply demonstrate the relevant knowledge of this question, right? So we can explore these different types of questions one by one. For example, at the beginning, we can run a poll like feeling good on a Wednesday. This is going to be the question. And here you can type an answer option. For example, good, so, and bad. And you can delete the extra option as we only have 3. And if you want to have more, you can click this add an option button. So, and just click save if you want to save it. You can add a topic and set a timer or allow more than one selection for your question. And I'm just going to save. And if you want to change the order of the question, as this question just and we can also create a multiple choice. For example, what is the derivative of, so on the top, there's a math equation editor available if you want to add a math equation. So on the top right corner, you can see this insert equation, where you can insert so on the top right corner, there's an insert equation where you can access the equation editor to edit a math equation. So I want my students to calculate the derivative of f(x) equals to x squared, for example. I can just type f(x) equals to x squared and click insert, and we're gonna have an equation here. And the different option, I'm going to type 2x, x, maybe x just x squared. Oh, we can still insert. Can we still insert? We can still insert equation for options. So x squared, insert, and maybe 2 or maybe 1. And then you have to select the correct answer to this question. That is 2x. And you can set a time like it's 1 minute. And you can choose topic. I can say derivative of polynomial. And there's only one option is correct, so I won't choose more than one correct answer. And simply click Save. And now we're gonna see how to. And now we're gonna see the fill in the blank option. And for this one, maybe I can just ask, what is the derivative of x equals to 5. And clearly the answer is 0. And I can add an alternative answer. Maybe some students are just going to type the English word 0, and I can choose either exactly or contains or exact number. So I can choose the exact number for the numeric 0, and can simply click Save. And for this type of question, a student had to type exactly. So I'm just gonna click Save. And now I want to show an open-ended question. Maybe I'm gonna see. Maybe I'm gonna say use the maybe I'm gonna ask, what is the possible maybe I just gonna say list 2 applications of derivatives in other subjects or real life. Just click Save. And for drawing, maybe a question like draw a graph of the derivative of f x equals to x square. And you can click Save. And you can also add a slide. For example, I can add a slide for question 4 like maybe the derivative of a constant is 0, and I can just choose slide. So if you feel and if you want to change the order of your questions, you can click this button, which is called click to reorder, and you can just drag the questions. And I want to make my polling question feeling good on a Wednesday as my first question, so I'm just gonna drag it to the top. And if you complete the creating a quiz, and if you feel there's enough questions, and if you feel it's enough questions, and just simply click save, and click save again, and here we have a quiz on derivative. And now I'm gonna show how to create a new lesson, and maybe I'm gonna name it as definition of derivatives, the limit and again the relevant subject is math, and I click next, and you can add new slide, and I'm just gonna add a text slide. The title is definition, and you can enter text here. If I want to add a math formula, for example, I just choose insert equation, and the derivative of fx is the limit h approaches to 0 f x plus h minus fx minus over h. So you can click insert, and if you want to add a picture, you can click insert image, and again you can search it via Google here, or you can upload yourself. And I'm just gonna search one from Google, definition of derivative, and gonna find an appropriate one. Maybe And just click insert, and you can have a image here. And you can also add questions to your quiz, like question types. Maybe you can just add a multiple choice, and it's just going to be all the same with the questions in quiz. And I'm just going to save. And I'm going to save my lesson. And then I'm going to show what features you can then I'm gonna show how to start a quiz or assign homework. So you can just click my library where you can access all the quiz or lessons you created before. For example, I wanna deliver a quiz on cell types and structures to my students. So I can either do start a live quiz or assign homework. So if I choose start a live quiz, there are two different options. One is classic, the other one is instructor paced. So classic is student paced, and instructor pace is we can control the pace, and everyone gonna do the questions, each question together. And so we can try classic first. And when we do the classic version, there are 3 different modes that we can pick up. There's a team mode. So if you want to have some sort of group work, you can choose the team mode, and students are going to answer at their own pace, but the score of the quiz is going to be grouped by team, or you can just choose classic. And you can also choose test if you really want to have a series. You can also choose test if you really want to have a serious like test exam assessment, which requires students to log in to complete the test. And you can assign the quiz to your Google Classroom. For example, I want to import my quiz to my Google, like grade 11 biology Google Classroom. I'm just going to click select and go to classes. And you can also assign your quiz to Google Classroom. And I'm just going to click select, go to classes, and I can choose import existing via Classroom. And I wanna import it to my biology 11 class. So I just click biology 11. And if you wanna share student progress reports to parent or guardian, you can click this, but I won't do it right now, and click next. So it's gonna show you class imported successfully, so student can access this quiz from the Google Classroom. And you can just view class perhaps. Yeah, so you're gonna just show up here. And we're just gonna back to our quiz. Okay, I want to do classic. And here are some advanced settings. So you can set participant attempts. I'm just gonna allow one attempt only. And it can be from unlimited to 5, right? 1 to 5. And you can enable the feature of name factory. So you can prevent some students who are going to pick up some inappropriate name when they do the quiz. And you can choose show answers during this activity. So student gonna see the correct answer after each question. You can also do show answer after the activity. So students review the answers after they complete all the quiz, all the questions. And there are also some activity settings. You can click power-ups, so they can get bonus points and other fun abilities. And you can set a timer if you want to make your like quiz more competitive. Students students get the right answer in a faster speed will get bonus points. And you can choose show leaderboard, so they can see the rank after each question and after they complete all the questions. But I don't really like these competitive features. But if you really have a very positive competitive environment in your classroom, you can just choose default timer and show leaderboard, right? And you can also shuffle questions or shuffle answer options, so you can prevent students cheating on this quiz. And you can also allow students to reattempt a few incorrect questions by enabling the redemption question feature. And you can choose play music or not, and show memes after each question or not, and continue. So student can join the quiz by typing joinmyquiz.com and enter the join code, or you can share the quiz via link or Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams or Twitter. And I just gonna start the quiz. So we can use the result to see how the report of Quizizz work. Okay, so I gonna open a new. I'm gonna open a new window. So student can just type join myquiz.com and enter the code 745054. So if you're not happy with the name, they can change one, like Charles Jackson. And I don't want to have any music or sound effect. And I join it. And I also gonna use my iPad to join a quiz. So So we have 2 players now, and I can just click start to start the quiz. And so here's the drawing question, and you can adjust the pen and change the color. Since chloroplast is green, I'm just going to change the green color. Okay, and this is eraser tool. You can erase it, and this clean canvas. I'm gonna submit. And student can't this is the open-end question. Student can answer that, maybe, plant cell has cell wall, etc. And they can just click submit. And I'm just gonna choose the wrong option. And here's the fill in the blank question. So and then the quiz is and then quiz end now. So and student can see the performance and review questions. And they can also do study flashcards. And we're just gonna go back to the teacher side. So here's the highlights, right? You can see class accuracy is 92%. And you can see which question is the toughest, which basically means which one has the most mistakes. And the longest question, interesting facts. And for each participant, you can check like who's for each participant, you can see their individual performance, right? So I can see Charles Jackson has a mistake on question 2, and that's all. We can just exit. And so we can also check other features. So we can also check other options like instructor paste. For instructor paste, there's just only one mode, right? There's no team or test, and you still can have a timer and show leaderboard, and you can still shuffle all answered options and play music or not. And if you want to assign it as a homework, you can custom a deadline for students, And there's also some general settings like show answers during activity or after activity, power-ups, timer, show leaderboard, shuffle questions. It's kind of similar to the student-paced quiz. And you can also share your quiz, right? Share an invite if you want to invite someone, or you can just share the link. That's all. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's really all.